currently in the back who wants to come get a spot up front here is welcome to do so, because we are going to start our award ceremony now. All right. Everybody here? Raise your hand if you're not here. Yeah, I knew a few. I can see a few of you. There we go. There we go. Good. All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Slater Museum. Welcome to the Converse Art Gallery. And if I have not met you yet, my name is Dayne Rugh. I'm the curator and the director here at Slater Memorial Museum. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to the 78th Annual Connecticut Artists Annual Juried Exhibition. This is particularly exciting because this is the first time that we've done the show in 2 years. We've been shut down due to a major roof restoration. Maybe you noticed that if you came in, if the roof looks brand new, because it is. That 135-year-old roof on the museum building got restored and replaced, and it's looking quite lovely now. Probably the most stressful project I've ever had to work on, and probably will ever work on in my life. But I've got good news, and I've got great news. The good news is the project is all done, the roof is in great condition, and the great news is I will be long dead before they have to do it again. There's a once every 135-year routine. So since this has been a couple of years since we've done the show, we wanted to pull out a couple of extra stops here to really make the occasion special. Really wanted to dress up and look festive for the occasion. And I appreciate all of you coming out here to share your afternoon, to share some time with us here. I hope you all really take an opportunity to look closely at all of the works that we have. If it seems like the gallery is crowded, it's because it is. We've got 152 works on display, and as I was going back into the previous catalogs of other shows, this is the largest show that we've done at least in the past decade. We had 390 pieces submitted for consideration into the show, and that wasn't the largest, but it was among the largest receivals that we have had. But this is definitely the largest show that we've done at least in the past 10 years. Normally we land between 100, 120, maybe 130 pieces. So 152 from works all over the state. And you're looking at artists that come from all over this area, from all over the state. You really see some amazing talent in here. I can say without question that I am, without a doubt, the worst artist in this room right now. I am humbled just being in the presence of you all that have a work on display in this gallery. You should all be very, very proud of yourselves. This is really amazing. So just a round of applause for everybody. Couple of housekeeping notes, just for everybody's information. There's a lot of people here today, a lot more than I might have even anticipated. So if you are able to share catalogs with someone, we really appreciate that. And in fact, if anyone is able to leave their catalog behind, if you're able to leave it behind and not take it with you, we do appreciate that. But I'm gonna have to order some more catalogs. So we will be ordering some more. If you ever come back to the museum and you'd like a catalog, I'd like to get you set up with that. So there's also a couple of, I have to acknowledge a couple of goofs in the catalog, okay? Now don't worry, it all worked out, but there was a couple of numbering goofs. Since we haven't done this in a long time, okay? As I was numbering all of the pieces, I accidentally double counted number 16. So if you look in the catalog, there's 16A and 16B, and then 17 and 18, etc., etc., etc. The second goof is that I totally forgot 148. So it goes from 147 to 149. But because I double counted 16, there's still 152 pieces in the gallery. So everything does match, everything does line up, and all of the award recipients have a little placard near them that tells you what award that they won. So that at least there is that. But everything else did line up. I just had to get that out of the way. Numbers are not my strong suit. That's why I was a history major. So anyway, one final note that I will say before I do the presentation of the awards is that it was really satisfying installing this show. It really is an honor and a privilege to be able to curate and hang and display the show in here. And as I was working in here last week, it was actually a little bit scary because we had a lot of snow recently. And what happened is that when it snows, we had a lot of snow, and it all froze on the roof, okay? And then what happens after that is that when it snows and then it freezes, you've got these really big chunks of ice and snow on the roof. Then as it thaws, it starts to break away. And then as it slides down the roof and crashes into a million pieces, it creates a really disconcerting sound in the gallery. You want to know what it sounds like? It sounds like a very large, expensive piece of artwork crashing on the floor in 50,000 pieces. So every time that happened, I'm going... It took me a couple hours to get used to that. So that was the only really disconcerting thing about the show. Other than that, it was a piece of cake. So, with that said, we've got 11 awards to hand out, and as I call your name, please come up to the podium to receive your certificate. I know some of the award recipients are not here with us, but if you are here, please make your way to the front. Come on down, just like The Price is Right. So, we're going to start with the honorable mentions first. We have 2 honorable mentions in the show. And the first honorable mention that I'd like to give out, I'm not sure if she's here today. This goes to Dayne for her painting Cargo, right on the other end here. So is Dayne here today? I don't actually do that. She's not here. Okay. We'll give her certificate. I know this gentleman is here today. So the second honorable mention that we're giving out is going to Randall Nelson for his piece Ricky and the Woodpecker. Randall, come on up, please.
I don't know where to start, but I guess the biggest question people always say is, where did you get your inspiration? As a sculptor, I find things, I see things, that kind of starts to thought process. And then, you try to make something funny and personal out of it. That's where the art is coming.
Congratulations, thank you very much. We're next going to do the Best in Show awards, and then I've got the special awards to give out next, okay? If I could just ask a special favor, we do have some people that are going to be giving a few words and a few remarks, so if those in the back could just keep the chatter down to a bare minimum, just so we can hear everybody speak very clearly. I very much appreciate that. For third place, this award was handed to Dayne for her piece, Mushroom Barn at Our Farm, made out of merino wool. It's in the corner, right down there. Dayne, here today? I'm not sure I saw it. Yeah, I don't think I saw her unless you are here and hiding or coming down. Going once, going twice. Okay, I don't see it. That's okay. All right. So for second place is the lovely piece right to my left, to your right, hanging on the wall over here. This is going to Isabel Lane for her work, Contemplation on Water.
Thank you very much. Yes, this is Contemplation, and that was done a prima, which means you paint all in one session from a live model. So although that was done, one session, I have worked with this for many years, so
To my right, to your left, this is going to Deborah Greco for her piece, Misty Swamp, Oil. I don't believe Deborah is here, but let's give her a round of applause. All right. Next, we're going to present the special awards, and I've got 6 of those. And then this is in no particular order. As I present these, as well as the Best in Show Awards, I do want to extend my deepest thanks to the Catherine Forrest Crafts Foundation. They sponsored all of these special awards here today. So we're very thankful to them for being the fiduciary of this show. They've done this for decades and decades, so I'd like to give a round of applause for the Catherine Forrest. Our first special award that we have, this is going to Carol Zamchak for her piece, Alligator, the Alabaster Stone Parcel. And Carol has received the Louise Forrest Gibson Award.
Thank you very much for honoring my piece. And stone carving is a labor of love. Say that stone carving is a labor of love, and sometimes takes a year to complete a piece. So I am honored to have my piece honored.
Our next special award is the Joseph Gualtieri Award, and this is being presented to John Staranovich for his sculpture, Wood Willies. Is John here with us? I believe he is. Come on down.
I have a few words that my staff and I put together, a very small staff. I'm extremely grateful to receive this award. I would like to thank the Slater Memorial Museum, the staff, for hosting the 78th Annual Connecticut Artists Jury Exhibition. I would also like to thank Dr. Tanya Port, I hope that's how you pronounce it, for her jurying this exhibition. This award motivates me to keep innovating and sharing my art with this wonderful community. Thank you.
Thank you very much, John. Congratulations to you. The next special award that we have here, this is the Alice Clark Hubbard Award, and this is presented to Joey Sage Jablonski for his piece, Eubalena, Mixed Media. Is Joey here today?
Thank you for receiving this award. I'm very honored. And I'd also actually like to thank my first teacher, who actually introduced me to play 30 years ago. He's here in the audience, John Maycomber. One thing I wanted to say about my piece that my inspiration is that it's a North Atlantic right whale, and there are only 300 left in the whole wide world. So that was my so,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. The next special award to give out is the Marianne Hall Award in honor of our longtime educator, Marianne Hall. And this is being presented to John Maycomber for his piece, Green Success. John, come on back.
Okay, well, I started in 1975 as a functional potter of the year. Did hundreds of craft shows. This is my only second show of sculpture. So I'm psyched. And I'm just so grateful to be able to do this. I don't have to take care of business expenses anymore. I can create and not worry about it. And I'm happy. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right. Our next special award is the Mayville Kingsbury Fentress Award. This award is being presented to Danielle Giroux for her piece, Fragile Haven. Danielle, please come up.
I'm extremely honored. Thank you for putting this together. Thank you all for being here. This is amazing. Yeah, my piece is called Fragile Haven, so it's that one that's over there when you first walk in the glass case. It's ceramic and fired ceramic that's sewn together with thread. And it's a sculpture that's been in my mind for the past few years, showing up in drawings and little chemo clay sculpture versions, miniatures. And this piece is about the fragility of our self-constructed realities and our sense of safety, a reflection on the meaning of home. So this piece was made in part listening to the heart-wrenching stories of families crushed under rubble, and yet somehow this is also a piece of hope. That's really at the center. It's a question. What does it mean to bring the pieces back together? So that's what it is. This work shifts depending on where you stand, both literally and figuratively. And most of all, it's an experiment. So what happens when you make something, cut it up into almost 90 pieces, and then sew it back together? What do you learn about yourself when you make a puzzle from your own mind and then have to, deal with all the unexpected curveballs that come along the way, especially when working in ceramics? So this is the most ambitious piece and time-consuming sculpture, and it felt like the most important work that I could do right now, and the only thing that made sense. So yeah, nothing is possible without all that surrounds it. And so while art and making is often squashed out of us, for me, thanks in part to Norwich Public Arts Programs, the Fine Arts Program of NFA, there's some teachers here, Mrs. Pendleton, who brought me into the play side of things. Thank you. I'm thankful for this open call. It's a wonderful thing to have a deadline to work towards, so that's great. It's an amazing opportunity to also gather together, to bring people together, one of the most important things that art can do for us. So I'm beyond grateful. Lastly, I'll just say for my family, for my siblings, that show me how to love, for my brother who showed up right at the right moment with some real words of encouragement and woodworking support. For my dad, a lifelong builder and creator who has twice encouraged me not to sell my wheel and kiln. Thank you, Dad. And for my mom, who is the reason of everything, the source. And she also may claim she's not creative at all, but is full of ideas that just flow out of her endlessly. So thank you so much. I'm beyond grateful.
Congratulations to you on that. All right, we have our last special award here before I deliver some final remarks. This last special award is the Teddy Gobris Award for Ceramics, and this award is being presented to Barbara Scavoto Early for her piece Exodus. Barbara, here today? There she is. Come on down.
I would like to express my gratitude for Dayne and Kathleen and Ruby, who I had to correspond with for this submission. And it was a process unlike some art Tolstoy who says, art unites people. And, you know, in my studio, I had a conversation recently with a young friend of mine and realized that in the studio there's a lot of keys. There's play, there's peace, there's possibility, and I'm going to add purpose to that. The minute I walk in my studio, I have no idea what's going to happen, and that's what I love about being an artist. My work is in the back, just near the opening door there, and it's called Exodus, and it can be interpreted, I suppose, in a lot of different ways, you know, with the biblical stories and with what's happening in modern day, but that piece was done towards the end of the pandemic. It's not really typical of my work because I don't usually make pottery, but it's a hand-built pottery, and it sort of represents the way I think we all felt at the end of the pandemic when we were just peeking out of that opening that you can see in my vessel, and kind of the freedom that these figures are exhibiting, you know, dancing around. And I am grateful also to particular family members who have modeled for me for certain postures. And thank you all for just making this event so lively and festive.
Thank you so much. Congratulations to you. One final round of applause, please, for our award winners. I wanted to save this last round of thanks for last. First, I'd like to thank Dr. Tanya Port, the curator of the Lyman Allen Art Museum, for being our juror this year for our 2024 show. Let's give Tanya a round of applause. I tell you what, I do not envy the job of the juror. It is an incredibly difficult process with 390 pieces to sort through and pick the ones that are going to end up in the gallery. It is not as easy as it looks, let me tell you. And the only thing harder than that is figuring out how to lay it all out in the end. Everything is different. Every piece is totally different from the next. But I'll tell you right now, that's one of the things I love about this job the most, is that I get to really exercise some creativity and just be in the gallery by myself. Nobody's bothering me. Nobody knows where I am. It's actually a really, really great, really great moment for sure. I get a lot accomplished. So I'd like to also just extend some final thanks to my wonderful staff and volunteers here at the museum. They truly keep me sane. They keep this place going. They keep this place managed like you wouldn't believe. It's a wonderful thing to have such a wonderful supporting staff and volunteers. So I'd like to thank all of our docents and volunteers who are here with us. I want to also thank our staff members, Katie Roberts, Diana Kate Carcino, our educator, and last but certainly not least, you all know him, Rudy Giuliani, who many of you have to interface with. Yeah. You should have been in that room when I had to explain that one to HR. They said, this is not his real name. I said, yes, it is his real name. And trust me, he has heard it all. He is unbothered by it. But he did such a wonderful job organizing all the retrievals and submissions. So thank you, Rudy. I also want to thank our photographer, Barry Wilson, everybody. Also our stellar collections manager. He likes to refer to himself as the troll in the basement, but I'll leave that up to all of you to decide. So that being said, it's almost 2 o'clock, and I would like to invite you all to please stay and experience the rest of the show, the rest of the gallery. The main museum is now open, so if you have a chance, if you haven't seen all of the work and all of the new galleries we've installed since reopening, please take a moment to go through the galleries and enjoy yourselves. And I hope you all have a wonderful time here at the museum. Thank you all very much for coming.